score 40-36. While Judge Barbara Perez has it 39-37. All for the winner by unanimous decision, the crown jewel.
You know it's AB, always balling, always bored, a lot of bills. You know what's going on, man. You know, shout out to Crown Jewels Boxing, man. You know, my people. You know, they get it in over there, straight up.
Lamar Peterson giving a shout out to CrownJewelBoxing.com.
What's good, YouTube? Crown Jewel from Crown Jewel Boxing, along with my son, Jewel, back with a gem. Today, we got a few things we want to talk about. First and foremost to me, congratulations to my guy, Camden, New Jersey's own, Raymond Ford, who just became world champion in spectacular fashion over the past week. Some drama going on, surprise involving Bill Haney. Right now he's going back and forth with Adrian Bronner, who's also going back and forth with Alycia Baumgardner, as well as boxing might be in a little bit of a bad place right now, just with some of the extra fights going on. While we are starting to get some of the good young fights, which I think puts it in a good place, the older guys fighting against YouTubers, MMA fighters, and is starting to look bad. So we got a 57-year-old Mike Tyson about the fight, Jake Paul, a YouTuber, and then we got Manny Pacquiao making a comeback against Conor Ben, and I guess a PED championship, as Manny Pacquiao, by a lot of credible sources, have been allegedly known to take PEDs throughout his career. He never tested positive, I want to say that, but that's a long rumored thing about Manny Pacquiao, and he has done some iffy things, denying the test with Floyd Mayweather because he was scared of needles, but he had tattoos. Didn't really make sense. But he's gonna be fighting Conor Ben, who's a confirmed steroid cheat. So we'll get to all that. But what's good, man? How you feeling? Yeah, got that morning running. He's learning what life is as a fighter. But like I said, first thing I want to get into. You get a chance to watch Raymond Ford?
Yeah, I watched it. It was a good fight. I heard the team and I watched it.
Yeah. It was a very competitive fight. Close fight, very close fight. I will say, shouts out to Raymond Ford and his whole team. First of all, I've had the pleasure of being in the gym with them before and watch how hard they work. And I've worked with one of his coaches, Coach Reggie, before. Spoke with Coach Anthony, on several occasions at the gym, and I'm just very proud of those guys. So I first and foremost want to say that. But it was a back and forth fight. Both guys had their moments, but I love the way Ray handled the tough moments in the fight, and I also love the instruction I heard from Coach Anthony. He was the one on TV that we were able to hear what he was saying. But them last couple rounds, I think it was going into the 10th round, and I think he told Ray, it was either the 10th or 11th round he was going into, and he said, we need every minute of every round. He was just honest, and if you look at the judges' scorecards, he needed every minute of every round to get a draw. So he did one better though, man. He went out and fought his ass off those last couple rounds, and was able to get a knockout with 7 seconds left. That's the thing that fantasies are made of. That's like a last second shot, a buzzer beater in boxing, man. Like, he showed tremendous character to be able to dig deep when he needed to, and come back and get a knockout, and it be on the biggest stage of your career and your first world title fight. Like, you can't write it up no better than that. Yeah. With that being said, though, again, shout out to Coach Reggie, Coach Anthony, and Ray. Very proud of you. Shout out to Camden, New Jersey. And also TKO out there in Cherry Hill, where he trains at. Great facility. And the guys up there are doing a great job. My man Alex Barbosa, that's a promotion company now. They're making noise in boxing. He puts on pro shows, amateur shows. So shout out to TKO along with Ray Ford. keep putting on for South Jersey. Next, I want to get into let's go with the ABs first. I guess Bill Haney has something to do with Alycia Baumgardner now, and Bill and Adrian Broner are going back and forth, which spilled over to Alycia Baumgardner and Adrian Broner going back and forth. You see any of this?
I watched a little live, but I don't know what's really going on, but I seen a little live video on YouTube.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you talking about Adrian and Bill? Yeah, they were arguing, but I'm talking about him and Alycia Baumgardner a little bit, and I'm basically, you know, her and Braun have been going back and forth on social media. Bill started off putting it out there, calling him broke and implying he was broken alive. He wanted to see what kind of car he was driving or whatever. So I don't know which came first, but I know at some point she talked about Adrian Broner being broke, and he went to talking about all the dudes in the industry that he knows she got down with, and called her ran through, because they're both from Ohio, and a fighter he used to have and some fighters that are his friends. You know, he kind of put out there that they rocked her. Then he went into, she's actually in a relationship with another former world champion, and Tony Harrison, who was her trainer and she's with now. And he's from Detroit, and he's like, Tony, you my guy, I respect you, but you know, just basically put that, you know what, on the stroll. You know what I mean? Telling him his girl is out there, she bad dope. So, you know, him and her going back and forth on social media, some people saying he a sucker for exposing her past and talking about what other dudes have done. On the flip side, though, I know a lot of men feel about their financial situation the same way women feel about their chastity. Like, men take it very personal when you try to belittle their financial situation or expose that they might not be in a very advantageous financial situation at the moment. That will bring about emotion in a man. The same emotion that's brought forth when, you know, men want to put out a woman's business or, you know, paint her to be promiscuous. A lot of the times women don't, you know, feel very strongly about that. So, you know what I mean? I'm not saying it's equivalent. I'm just saying in a way men and women think, you know, when some people may say he should have never violated her and talked about her personal business. I mean, that's how people feel about women with regards to sex. But the way men feel, we feel that way violated when our financials are exposed. So, you know what I mean? I think they both petty, but, you know, he didn't want to, you know, hear her talking about his finances. I'm sure she don't want to hear him talking about her sexual past. How about, you know what I mean, you both just stop insulting each other and, you know, keep other people's name out your mouth, and then you don't deal with that type of thing on both sides. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna pick a side. Also, like you said, the back and forth, Adrian Broner and Bill Haney. What did you think about that?
I don't really know too much about it. I was just really just trying to tune and see what they was talking about. I don't really know too much about it.
Okay, well, I mean, I know during it, he was, he didn't like Bill didn't like the fact that Adrian Broner was there when Tank and Devin sparred. And for years, nobody, you know, everybody just heard Devin's side of the story of what happened. You know, Tank finally did an interview and just said he cracked both of them, and that was it. But Devin and his dad were always talking about how they bet money and beat Tank up in sparring, and they won the money, they stopped Tank, blah, 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 blah. So when Adrian Broner started making his YouTube, you know, circuit, people started asking him about the sparring session because he was there.
I seen that.
Yeah, so, yeah, well, Bill, Devin's dad, got insulted because he felt like Adrian Broner was getting in his business by revealing what happened in the sparring. But Adrian's like, first of all, he was my fighter at the time. You know what I mean? I just was telling what I saw. So because of that, Bill started insulting Adrian and calling him broke and a clown and all this other stuff. I mean, he went as far as to say the only way Adrian would be at a Devin fight is if he was working a concession stand or something and he's scared of his son and all this other stuff. So that's how the lie started. Adrian got on his live and like, yo, since when you started disrespecting me, and, you know, it turned into what it turned into, you know what I mean? And went as far as to, I did a video about it, Adrian saying he doesn't travel with security, he's a real nigga and he's going to run up on him. I don't want to see that happen. Like I said, I hope the most that comes out of that, and if Ryan Garcia happens to not make it to the fight with Devin, that, you know, they can build a fight between him and Adrian and they can be settled that way. But any type of buffoonery, street stuff, I don't want to see that, especially for, you know, middle-aged men. So, you know, that's my take on that. Then we got next these older fighters, and I feel strongly about this. You know, had some people close to me be permanently changed by boxing. Um, I've had someone very close to me lose their life as a result of what's happening in the boxing ring. So, you know, I'm very big on boxing safety, and, you know, just staying around too long could spell disaster. So, you know, that's no more evident than 57-year-old, soon to be 58-year-old Mike Tyson preparing to fight YouTube sensation turned boxer Jake Paul. First of all, I don't like it because I think it's horrible for Tyson's legacy. Like, you got one of the all-time great heavyweights fighting against a YouTuber who's never even fought a real boxer at this point. And the only reason why this fight can even be considered is because Mike Tyson is 57 years old, and I just don't think 57-year-old heads need to be being punched on. I don't know if you have an opinion on that, but
I don't know. It's just entertainment. Everybody's just doing some entertainment these days. Especially, I don't know, if I'm 57 years old and they throw a crazy amount of money at me, I'd go out there and beat somebody up if I could too.
I mean, I feel you on that part of it too, but that's why I say, you know, money is a hell of a drug. Because, yes, most of us would jump at the opportunity to make tens of millions of dollars in a single night. But, you know, we always got to weigh risk versus reward. And, you know, a 57-year-old, get ready to be 58-year-old brain is just not a 25-year-old brain. And it's just certain things that as you get older, I don't think you should do. Again, though, to each his or her own. You know, they're consenting adults, and, you know, if they want to take those type of risks. But in my opinion, I think the risk shouldn't even be there because there should be no money in it. People shouldn't want to see, you know, our heroes of yesteryear as shells of themselves get in a ring with mere mortals and display what they have left. I just think it shouldn't happen. But with that being said, Manny Pacquiao, you know, a legend in the sport as well, not quite as old as Mike Tyson. I think Manny's like 45. Just signed to fight Conor Benn, who was suspended recently for steroid use. And I think still can't fight in his home of the UK because he's suspended for being popped for using PEDs. Manny Pacquiao was always rumored to have used PEDs. Hasn't been, you know, I had to say allegedly because he's never failed a test, but, you know, some of his stories didn't make sense. You know, how do you have a tattoo if you're definitely scared of needles? And you're definitely scared of needles is the reason you couldn't do blood testing to fight Floyd Mayweather for all those years. So, you know, sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire, but, you know, we don't know for sure. But why do I need to see a 45-year-old Manny Pacquiao in a ring with a bigger, stronger, younger, faster, and PED taking Conor Benn? I don't understand why the boxing world needs to see that, but here we are. And I mean, I think we're partly to blame though, because if the prime fighters did a better job of making sure the business is right so they can fight each other, then maybe there will be no interest for these circus show fights that are happening, because people will be spending that money on the real fights that will be even more entertaining and more exciting because these are guys in their prime. But when, you know, the boxing scene gets dry and the public doesn't get what they want, there's room for these spectacles to take place. And I mean, it is what it is. I just don't agree with it. I don't want to see Manny Pacquiao get hit. If Conor Benn beats Manny Pacquiao 45 years old, what does it mean? It means absolutely nothing. I mean, so it just, I don't know, it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how you feel. It's kind of the same you did about Tyson. I mean,
Nah, that one is different. I feel like, I don't know, there's not enough like fights. Like, people not fighting, so like, when the older like great fighters come out to fight, it's like, I'm not like, ain't nobody else fighting anyway.
and here you have it. You know what I mean? If we want to get our senior citizens to the 55 and older communities as opposed to the boxing ring, or the golf course as opposed to the boxing ring, the only way to do that is for these young guys to fight the best, to fight the best. Stop being prima donnas. Stop fighting on social media. Take the fight to the ring. Make some money off of it. Move the sport forward. That's pretty much all I have for y'all today. I need y'all to jab the like button. I need y'all to hook the share button. I need y'all to uppercut that subscribe button. Until next time, keep your hands up, your chin down, your ass off the floor. Peace.